Hi yogis, I'm in the mood for stretching. I do hope you're going to join me. It's a beautiful day. You will need a belt, so grab a dressing gown belt or any belt. I have a yoga belt, I'm lucky to have a yoga belt. Okay, let's go straight into it. So we're going to lay on our backs and we're going to go first into the hips, then into the hamstrings with the belt, and then we'll see where we go from there. So it's not a pre-planned program, it's just stretching and let's see how the body evolves and what happens. Laying on your back with your legs nice and straight. The belt is by the side of you in case you want to use the belt later on. All we're going to do now is take the right knee into the chest and give it a good squeeze. And if you want to, you can take your left hand behind your head and we can just lift up and then release down. You can have your hands around both knees and lift up, release down, or you can have your hand behind your head and lift up and release down. Let's do one more and then release. Keeping the knee where it is, we're just going to take the right hand on top of that right knee and take the knee out to the right. And we're right into the hips now. Now if you want to make it a little bit more intense, we'll stretch that left leg long and you're going to feel right at the top of the left thigh, this big psoas muscles area. This is your hip flexors. And if you push your heels away of the left foot, you'll be aware of the hamstrings and the whole leg engaging while we keep that right knee out to the right. Nice easy breath. And then we'll draw that knee back into the chest, give it a squeeze. We'll take that knee with the left hand now and we'll take it across the body, all the way across. We'll keep that right shoulder on the mat and we'll stretch our right arm out and gaze to the right fingers. So you can feel this now hopefully in your right hip. Nice easy breathing back to the center and we finish with a knee hug. And then we just change sides. So the right foot comes flat, the left knee comes into the chest, we give it a nice good squeeze. We keep that right foot on the mat. And then we're going to take our hand behind our head if the neck is vulnerable. We're going to lift up or both hands round the knee, whichever feels appropriate, back down, lifting up, back down, hands wherever they need to be. And then we'll do one more. And then release the head down. And then we'll take that left knee out. All the way out. Just working into those hip flexors. And then again, we'll take that right leg long and feeling at the top of the right thigh now, the big psoas area, the big hip flexors. And again, we'll make that leg active by pushing the heel away a little bit, really activating that right leg while opening the hip on the left. Nice, easy breathing. And then we'll come back, knee hug, and we'll join that knee with the other knee and have a rock and a roll on that lower back. And then the feet, one at a time, will come to the floor. We'll take the belt and we'll wrap it around the ball of the right foot. We all know this one, hopefully. And then we're going to stretch the left leg long, make that leg active, push that heel away, and we're just going to take the leg out to the right, into the inner thighs, the adductors. We're going to try and keep that left buttock down on the mat. So maybe have your left hand on your left thigh, keeping that left buttock down. And now maybe just push the heel away. Oh, we can feel those adductors. Yes, it feels good. Breathe. Just keep breathing. And then we'll bring that knee back to the center by bending a little bit. Straighten the leg again. Change hands on the belt. And we'll take that leg right across the body, all the way across the body. Now, some of you will be here, some of you will be further down. Some of you will draw the toe towards the left ear, gaze to the right fingers. Really feeling this now in the glutes. Your buttocks are also hip flexors. Nice, easy breathing. And then subtle bend of the knee, we'll come back to the center. And we'll release that leg, place that foot flat onto the mat, and we'll just change sides. So again, the belt around the ball of the foot. The right leg now long on the mat, the heel pushes away, making that right leg active. Take an inhale here, and exhale out to the left, all the way out to the left, feeling those adductors, those inner thighs, and again, push the heel away and just feel that little bit more intensity in those inner thighs. Both legs active, both heels pushing away. Breathe. And then a subtle bend of the knee. We're going to take the leg across the body, all the way over, right across the body. Really getting into the glutes now. Gaze to the left fingers. Nice, easy breathing. And then that subtle bend of the knee brings you back to the center. And we remove the belt. We don't need the belt any longer. Knees into chest, rock and roll. So both feet are flat onto the mat now. And we're going to lift the hips up. So see where your fingers are. They may be near your heels. Well, that's great if they are. We're going to lift the hips up, but before we do that, we'll squeeze those hip flex, the glutes. So squeeze the glutes. Pubic bone rises up to the ceiling and we lift up. Now try and keep your knees in line with your hips. Don't let the knees splay out at all. And let's have a little space in the front of the neck as well. Nice, easy breathing, squeezing the glutes, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Nice, easy breathing, feel those buttocks, recruit those glutes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You'll also feel it on the front of the thighs. And then slowly release back down again. Going to do that same movement, but with a little bit more focus, a little bit more concentration. So heels in line with buttocks, knees in line with hips. Squeeze the buttocks, pubic bone lifts up, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Come to your maximum. Now shuffle your shoulders and see if you can go a bit higher. Maybe even interlock the fingers and place the hands and the forearms on the mat to lift you up even higher. Now with focus, imagine without moving your heels, that your heels are moving in the direction of the shoulders. Keep squeezing the glutes. Now you're feeling it in all of the glutes, the buttocks, and the front of the thighs. Nice, easy breathing. Couple more breaths. And then we'll unlock the fingers and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, coming back down to the mat and settling down here. Nice, easy breathing. So the right leg rises to the ceiling. The right ankle crosses the left knee. Option 1, you're staying here. You've created a triangle, your right hand goes through it, your left hand comes behind the left thigh and the left leg lifts up. Drawing in. And we either stay with the hands behind the knees or in front of the knees. Make it a little bit deeper. Nice, easy breathing. Into the hamstrings, into the hips. Breathe. And then we change sides. So the left leg goes up, ankle crosses over the right knee. We either stay here or through the triangle we've created with the left hand, round the back of the thigh, the right leg comes up, drawing in. And then again, if you want to, hands in front of the knee, your practice, your yoga, your body, just working with your own body. We're just stretching, nice easy breathing, and then slowly we'll release the feet. Now we're going to keep those feet on the mat, but we're going to take them wide. So take them really, really wide, and now we're just going to drop, take your arms wide as well, because we're going to drop those knees to the right. All the way down to the right, drawing the left knee down as much as possible. And then again, we'll change sides all the way over to the left, drawing the knees down as much as possible. So the legs are wide apart, and we're just flowing into the hips, really working into these hip joints. Nice, couple more breaths, just check out which side is really stiff and tight and which side is really happy to do this. Just keep your awareness in the body. We're just moving, that's all we're doing. Nice, easy breathing. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll give both knees a knee hug, coming into the chest, and rock and roll. And from here, we'll just roll over to your left, finding our way up to a seated position. So hopefully the hips are feeling quite nice now. So we're just going to work into our arms. So you can sit cross-legged. You can sit up on a cushion, which might make it more accessible to you. You can even sit long-legged. Whatever your body tells you to do, you do. You listen to your bodies. But interlock your fingers, turn the palms away, and rise all the way up to the ceiling. And then exhale all the way down. Now some of you may be here, some of you may be here, and some of you may be all the way up, depending on your shoulders. And then release down. Going to do two more, inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling down. And one more, inhale, lifting up. And I'm laughing because I've just found a little bug on my, on my carpet. And I don't want to kill it by sitting on it. So I'm just going to remove it, let it wander off somewhere else. Sorry about that, guys. It is summertime. Okay, bring your hands down by the side of the body and inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's do two more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale down. Fingertips to the shoulders. Draw the elbows together. And big circles. Really big circles. Getting into the shoulder joints. And then we're going to come back, elbows together, and reverse it. So big circles. And then this will be the last one. We're going to just lift the shoulders up, and I don't want you to drop them quickly. I want you to drop them slowly down. Lift them up slowly and drop them down slowly. One more, lifting up slowly and dropping down slowly. The next exercise is for those who work at computers all day. A lot of us are working from home. So take a break, think about your shoulders, think about your neck, think about what's happening when you're slumped forward all the time doing your computer work. Let's open the chest. So elbows open, chest is open. Take an inhale, exhale, close. Inhale, open, expand the chest. Exhale, close. Inhale, open, expanding, drawing those shoulder blades together behind you. Exhale, close. Two more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. So we're coming into all fours now. Some of you may have a yoga mat. I haven't got a yoga mat today. I just fancied a stretch, just grabbed a belt, and here I am on the mat. So you're going to bring your knees underneath your hips, and your hands are underneath your shoulders. We all know this one. You can tuck the toes because we can get right into the Achilles here as well if you want to. The arms are strong. Going to inhale the gaze up. Buttocks are up. We have a back bend. On the exhale, rounding your back. Really rounding, taking a bow. Back stretch. Let's flow. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's do two more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then come back to neutral. So you're going to leave your buttocks exactly where they are. They're going to stay high in the air. And you're going to take your right elbow to the mat and your left elbow to the mat. So your buttocks are still going to be high. And all we're going to do is walk the hands forward and bring the forehead to the mat. So we're into the shoulders, but we're also into a back bend. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more intense, walk the hands as far forward as you can. And then imagine you're going to walk on your fingertips. So you lift up your wrists and you steeple your fingertips onto the mat. And then you're going to feel that a lot deeper into the shoulders. Now think about what's happening also in the belly. Has it just dropped down towards the mat? So draw that belly softly back towards the spine. Couple more breaths. We're right into the trapezes, we're right into the upper back, shoulders. And then we release the hands and release the toes. And we're just going to walk backwards with the buttocks now. So we're in child posture now. And again, the arms are long and stretched. Or if it's too intense, you can actually pop one fist on top of the other and settle here with the hands underneath the forehead, depending on how you're feeling today. So from here, we're going to take a nice stretch into the sides of the body. We're going to walk with the hands to the left. Just keep walking and walking until you find that stretch on the right side of the body, and then we bow to this posture. And then we'll walk back to the center, nice long arms. And then we'll take that same walk in the opposite direction, just walking and walking until we feel that stretch in the left side of the body. And we come back to the center, nice long arms. Now if you're on a yoga mat, if you want to pop a little downward facing dog in here, that's entirely up to you. I'm not on a yoga mat, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay in child posture with nice long arms, drawing my buttocks back towards the heels. You can always pop a little cushion underneath these buttocks if this is not an accessible posture for you. And then we're going to walk the hands back. We're going to take our posture called wisdom posture. So we're going to open up those knees nice and wide, the big stretch on the adductors again, and we're going to take ourselves forward, all the way forward into our wisdom. And again, hands can come underneath the forehead, or you can stretch. I'm hoping, because I'm feeling it, I'm hoping you're feeling it in the groin area, in the inner thighs, and we worked earlier, in the shoulders, in the arms. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Just stretching out the whole of the body, checking out where it feels tight. And then slowly we'll walk the hands all the way back and we'll come either into downward facing dog if you're on a yoga mat, you can hang out there for a while, and if you're not on a yoga mat, you're going to come with me and just come up to standing. So we're just going to come up to standing any way we want, and here we are. So if you've walked from your downward facing dog, we're in standing. Now, we're going to do some balance, and as you yogis all know, I'm hopeless at balance. But we'll have some fun and we'll do some balance. I'm not going to do warrior 3 because Malcolm's not here to help me do warrior 3. So I'm just going to do some nice balances. But first of all, we're going to stretch into the shoulders. We're going to find our Tadasana. So feet are separated slightly. You're going to have nice soft shoulders. You're going to be really aware of your alignment. So nice alignment of the body. And then we're going to take the arms all the way up, big, big circle, as we did seated. And a big circle takes us back to our heart center. We're going to do 2 more of those. So inhale lifts you up. Exhale back to your heart center. Now I'm looking at the camera as I'm teaching, and I can see one arm is very, very different to the other. So sometimes when you do these postures, maybe check out in your mirror which one is different to the other. One seems to be a little bit slower than the other. So it's just interesting to notice our coordination. And then we're just going to take this one all the way back to the heart center. And we're going to take the arms wide now. Drop the shoulders down. I want you to have nice strong arms now. Really strong arms, because we're going to work into the arms a little bit. So just using our own body weight to work into the arms. So as we stay here, isometrically, you're going to feel the arms getting heavier and heavier. And we're just going to breathe. And if you're on your own, you can sing a little song, whatever you want to do. And they start to feel a lot heavier now. We're really keep the muscles strong, keep the arms strong. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to turn the palms up to the ceiling. I'm going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Now again, take your focus to your core area, so draw the navel softly back towards the spine. Nice easy breathing. I'm guessing you're feeling it. Couple more breaths. And then we'll turn them back down again. The palms are facing down to the mat. And we're going to take these big thumbs and twist them towards the back of the room. Oh, we're feeling that now. Couple more breaths. So sometimes the simple ones are quite tough. No fancy yoga postures here, just working with our own bodies. And then turn the palms back up to the ceiling. Couple more breaths. And then all the way up. Ooh, that feels nice. And exhale back down again. So just give yourself a nice little pat on the back. And change sides, give yourself a nice little pat on the back. And then we'll go back to the balance. So again, arms are long. We're still working with the arms. Soft shoulders. So the left toe comes to the mat. And you either stay here or you lift that knee up. Keep your focus. Keep your focus. And then release down. Lift the arms up. Bring them back down. Change sides. Strong arms. Toe on the mat. Either stay here or lift up. Keep your focus. Keep your focus. I'm down. Wavering around. Keep your focus. Couple more breaths. And then release down. Can you feel the arms? I can. Bring your hands in front of your hearts. Inhale up. Exhale open. Left toe on the mat. You're going to lift it up again. Grab hold of the knee. Lift the knee up. Stay strong. Stay focused. I love doing balance with you guys because it really makes me focus on how bad I am on balance. And then release, opposite foot, arms out, toe, lift, draw in. Keep your focus. I know you're all doing much, much better than I am. Oops, keep your focus. Last couple of breaths. I'm going to have to keep my foot on the mat. So again, noticing that this side is different to the other. And then we release. Oh, I'm glad to get rid of that. Okay, guys, what have we got next? Sides of the body stretch, feet together. Don't you just love it when your yoga teacher's not very good at something and you can really nail it? It's great. Inhale up. Take an exhale. Take an inhale and exhale over to your right. Again, remember that nice side stretch. We have it here again. Couple more breaths. Inhale back to the center. Exhale the opposite direction. Keep that stretch going. Try not to twist the body. Keep it to the side stretch. Inhale back to the center. Exhale over. Maybe take hold of the top wrist and just stretch a little bit more. Come back to the center. Over to the opposite side. The top wrist, stretch a little bit more. And then come back to the center. And exhale all the way down. So we're just going to go into the hamstrings a little bit. So you're going to take your right foot forward and keep your left foot not very far behind us. I want you to keep quite a straight back today. So just lengthen up, and we're flexing from these hip flexors, so keep your back straight. Nice, easy breathing. And then take the arms behind you and lengthen. Breathe. Try not to lock out the knee. You're starting to feel it in the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Draw the navel back to the spine. Couple more breaths. And then rise up. And change sides. So the left foot. And the right foot's not far behind. We're going from the hip flexors. So the spine stays long. And we get into these hamstrings and calf muscles. Engage those thighs. And then take the arms behind you. And stretch. And again, try not to hyperextend that front knee. Tiny micro bend in the knee is always more beneficial to get into those hamstrings. Nice easy breathing. And then subtle bend of the knee back to the center, and we'll come back onto our standing position. So we're going to take the right foot behind the left. And lift up, lengthen up, and stretch over to the right. And then come back to the center and take the left foot behind the right and stretch over to the left. And then slowly coming back to the center. We're coming back down onto our mats. So coming down onto the mats now. And we're going to have nice long legs. And we're just going to rock the baby. So just take your left foot and bring it in. And pop your hands underneath the knees and just rock the baby. This other foot can be here or it can be here, whichever feels appropriate to you. Just really rocking the baby. And then change sides. So the opposite foot comes in. You may just be here, and that's absolutely great. You may be here. And you just rock the baby. The foot is flexed to try and keep that knee in alignment. And we just rock the baby. I'm thankful it's not a crying baby. Nice, easy breathing. And then we're going to bring the legs back down again. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Now those with back issues, you're just going to stay nice and tall. I'm just going to work into the hips. So back issues, your forward bends are not for you. So sciatica and back issues, we stay here with quite a straight spine. No back issues, we have a spine stretch and we bow to your posture. And if you want, when you're bowing to your posture, you may want to interlock your toes, like we interlock our fingers. As we're bowing into this posture, you may just want to play around with your toes and interlock them. See how that feels. And really even stretching out the toes. So just interlock the toes. Breathe. Couple more breaths. And then slowly we'll rise all the way up. We'll softly bring the knees together. Unravel those toes if you interlock them. And now we're just going to lay back down on our mats. We're coming to the end of our stretching, so feet flat onto the mat. And I want you to feel the lower back now. So it needs to have a little bit of a counter posture to that forward bend. We'll take a moment just resting here before we take the counter posture. And the counter posture will be a very light back bend. So draw your heels in towards your buttocks. And leaving the arms down by the side of the body, squeezing those buttocks, we're going to just lift up the hips and just have a light back bend. And then release down. And again, twice more, squeeze the glutes, pubic bone to the ceiling, light back bend, just releasing that lower back, release down. And again, squeeze, tilt, and lift. And then release down. And we're going to walk those feet wide. We've done this one previously, really wide with the feet. And then both knees go down to the right, all the way to the right. Drawing the knees down towards the earth. So we're finishing with a nice twist. And then back to the center, all the way over to the left, drawing the knees down towards the earth, the legs, the feet are wide apart to enable you to do this. And then slowly back to the center, feet are flat onto the mat, they come a bit closer together, and then we draw the knees into the chest, and we have our final little roll around on that lower back. We've had a nice, good old stretch, and I'm so glad you joined me because it's so much nicer stretching with somebody else. You can hear other people's oohs and ahs. And now we're just going to take Shavasana. So feet flat to the mat, stretch the legs wide apart, as wide apart as you want them to be, and the arms wide apart as well. We're really, really letting go of the body now. We've had a nice stretch, and the body desires its reward, which is just a short relaxation. So relax your toes. Relax the soles of your feet. Relax the ankles. Relax the knees, front and back. Relax the thighs, front and back. Both legs are relaxed. Bring your awareness to your lower back, your buttocks and your hips. Relax the hips, buttocks and lower back. Relax the upper back. Be aware of your chest rising and falling, and relax the chest. Let the shoulders relax. The upper arms, elbows, wrists, hands, and fingers relax. Bring your awareness to the back of the neck and let the back of the neck relax. Feel the pressure point of the back of the head on the mat or on the carpet. Take your awareness now to the space between your eyebrows. Relax all the muscles around the eyes. The chin relaxes. Be aware of the whole of the body. Whole of the body. Just relaxing. Whole of the body. Relaxing. Stay here for as long as you can, soaking in relaxation. Namaste.